If your Excel chart labels are piled on top of each other, the chart stops doing its job. You want the numbers visible, but you do not want to spend 10 minutes dragging labels one by one. The fast fix is to change how Excel places labels, not to fight each label manually. In most cases, overlap happens because the chart has too many points for the available space, and every label is competing for the same area. So the goal is simple: reduce collisions while keeping the message. You can do that with 3 levers: label position, label content, and label frequency. Once you think in those levers, you can clean up almost any cluttered chart in under a minute. And the best part is, these fixes stay stable when your data updates. That means no rework every time the numbers change. Let's start with the quickest win: changing label position the right way. Next step. First, identify what kind of overlap you have, because the fix depends on it. In a line chart, labels usually collide along the same vertical band, especially near peaks or flat sections. In a column chart, labels often fight above the tallest bars, or they crash into the plot area edge. In a pie or donut chart, labels collide when slices are small and close together. And in a scatter chart, labels overlap because points are dense by design. This matters because Excel offers different label positions per chart type. So before changing anything, decide what you want labels to do. Do you want them inside the shape, outside the shape, or aligned to an axis? If your chart is for comparison, consistent placement usually beats closest to the point. If your chart is for exact values, you may keep labels but simplify what each label says. With that in mind, the first tool is the built-in label position menu. Next step. The fastest cleanup is to change the label position for the entire series at once. Instead of center, try outside end for columns or best fit for pies. For line charts, above or below can instantly separate labels that were stacked. If labels are hitting the chart border, switch to inside end so they move into the plot area. If they are colliding inside the plot, move them outside. The key is to apply one position consistently because mixed placement looks messy and still overlaps. Also, watch out for negative values. If you have positives and negatives, outside end can push labels in opposite directions, which is good for readability, but only if the axis has enough space. If you are using a stacked chart, center may be more readable than outside end because the segments are thin. This one setting change solves a surprising number of charts. Next step. If changing position helps but you still have clutter, the next lever is label content. Most labels are too long. They repeat units, decimals, and category names that the chart already shows. A quick win is reducing decimals. If your labels show 12.347, 12.351, and 12.349, you are spending space to communicate noise. Round to 1 decimal or even 0, and your labels shrink immediately. Next, remove repeated text. If the axis already shows months, do not include months inside every label. If the legend already shows the series name, do not repeat it in the label. You can also use custom number formats to keep meaning while shortening. For example, show 1.2K instead of 1,200 or 3.4M instead of 3,400,000. Smaller labels overlap less, and they are faster to read. Next step. Custom number formats are the secret weapon because they are fast and consistent. You can keep raw numbers in the data, but display compact labels in the chart. A common format is using commas to scale. 1 comma divides by 1,000, 2 commas divide by 1,000,000. Then you add a suffix like K or M. You can also control negatives with a separate pattern, so minus signs do not widen labels unexpectedly. Another big one is percentages. If your chart already communicates proportions, you may not need 1 decimal place. Dropping from 12.3% to 12% often removes overlap. And for currency, you can shorten $1,250,000 to 1.25M. The point is not to hide information, it is to match precision to the decision your chart supports. When labels are compact, you can keep them on more points without the chart turning into a wall of text. Next step. Now the third lever, label frequency. You do not have to label every single point. In many charts, labeling a few key points communicates the story better than labeling all points. The cleanest approach is to label only the last point in a line, or the max and min. That gives context without clutter. Another approach is to label every nth category, like every third month, while the axis carries the rest. If your chart is dense, Consider turning labels off and using the data table or axis labels instead. This is not removing information. It is moving information to a place where it can be read. If you still need exact values for every point, you can use tooltips during analysis and keep the presentation chart clean. Frequency is the lever that gives you the biggest readability gain with the smallest effort. Next step. A practical way to label only key points without dragging labels is to use a helper range. You create a second series that contains values only where you want labels and blanks elsewhere. Then you add data labels to that helper series only. Excel will skip blanks, so labels appear only on the chosen points. This works great for last value, top 3, or only outliers. It is also stable when your data updates, because the helper range can be driven by formulas. For example, you can return a value only when the point equals the maximum, or when it is the final row. The main series keeps the full line or columns. The helper series is just a labeling layer. The result looks intentional, not like you gave up. And because it is formula-based, you are not doing repetitive manual work every time the dataset changes. Next step. Another fast, non-drag method is to change the chart geometry so labels have room. Start with the simplest. Make the plot area wider or taller. Even a small increase can separate labels. Next, reduce the font size slightly, but do it carefully. A tiny change, like 1 point smaller, often fixes overlap without hurting readability. You can also rotate category axis labels so they do not collide with data labels. For column charts, adjust the gap width. Wider columns can create more space for inside labels, while narrower columns can reduce collisions above columns. For line charts, consider adding markers if you remove them. Markers can make it easier to place labels above or below without confusion. Geometry changes are powerful because they do not change the data at all. They just give the same information more breathing room. Next step. Sometimes the overlap is caused by the scale, not the number of labels. If values are tightly clustered, labels sit on top of each other because the points are visually close. In that case, adjusting the axis can help. You can widen the vertical range to spread points apart, as long as it does not distort interpretation. If the chart is about change, not absolute magnitude, a slightly expanded axis can improve readability. For charts with a few extreme outliers, consider a logarithmic scale, but only if your audience understands it. Another option is splitting the data into 2 charts, one for the main range and one for outliers. That is often clearer than forcing one chart to do everything. The goal is to reduce point density in the same space. When points separate, labels naturally separate too. Next step. Pie and donut charts have their own label problems, and Excel gives you specific tools. If labels overlap inside the pie, move them outside and use leader lines. If labels overlap outside, switch from category plus value to just percentage or just category. Another strong option is to group tiny slices into other. That reduces the number of labels competing for space and often makes the chart more truthful. Also consider sorting slices by size, because scattered tiny slices create more collisions. If you must keep many slices, a bar chart is often a better choice because it handles labels and categories more cleanly. That is not a rule, it is a readability trade-off. The key idea is that pies have limited perimeter space for labels, so you either simplify labels, reduce slices, or switch chart type. Next step. For clustered column charts with multiple series, overlap often happens because labels from different series compete. One fix is to place one series labels inside end and the other outside end, so they separate vertically. Another is to label only one series and let color and legend carry the rest. If the chart is comparing 2 series, consider using a combo, columns for one series and a line for the other, then label only the line. That reduces label collisions and improves focus. You can also use data callouts for just the most important series. The main idea is that multi-series charts need a hierarchy. Decide which series deserves labels and which series can be read from the axis. When every series gets full labels, the chart becomes unreadable. A clear hierarchy is faster to understand and faster to maintain. Next step. Scatter charts are the hardest case because overlap is often the point. You have many observations. If you label every point, it will be unreadable. So the best practice is to label only exceptions, caught performers, outliers, or selected categories. The helper series method works perfectly here. Create a labeled series that includes only the points you want named, then keep the rest unlabeled. If you need names for all points for analysis, consider using a table next to the chart, or filtering to a subset before charting. Another option is to reduce marker size and increase transparency, so the plot communicates density while labels stay minimal. Scatter charts are about patterns, clusters, and anomalies. Labels should support that goal, not overwhelm it. If you treat scatter labels as annotations, your chart becomes instantly clearer. Next step. Here's a simple workflow you can reuse every time labels overlap. Step 1. Try a different label position for the whole series. Step 2. Shorten labels by removing extra text and reducing decimals. Step 3. Decide if you truly need every label or just key points. Step 4. If you need key points, build a helper series so labels are formula-driven. Step 5. Only then adjust chart size, fonts, and axis scale. This order matters because it keeps you out of the tweak forever trap. You make the biggest impact changes first, and you preserve consistency. Also, test your chart by asking one question. Can someone read it in 3 seconds and explain the takeaway? If not, you still have too many labels, too much precision, or too little space. A clean chart is not less informative, it is more usable. Next step. To wrap it up, overlapping labels are not a personal failure. They are a design signal. Excel will happily place labels everywhere, but it cannot decide what matters. Your job is to choose. Where should labels live? What should they say? And how many do you need? If you remember just one trick, make it the helper series for labeling only key points. It looks professional, it updates cleanly, and it avoids manual dragging. If you want more Excel chart fixes like this, subscribe. And for a quick check-in, comment with your preference. Do you usually label A, every point, or B, only key points? Small tweaks compound into massive performance gains. Subscribe to catch the next workflow optimization.